till 10 o'clock.
Hey, welcome to the Rebel Podcast. I'm Deborah Danielson, your host, and my co-host, Waylon Carney, will be joining us here shortly. Today, we're going to talk about how florists make a difference in your life. I believe florists make your life beautiful. Floral design is a beautiful and impactful way to add life, color, and personality to any interior decorating. Types of floral design that you can use are fresh flowers with vibrant colors, stunning textures, and intoxicating fragrances. Oh yeah, that make your room come alive. Seasonal blooms add freshness and variety, or classical favorites like roses, lilies, and hydrangeas to bring that drama. Now let's talk about that new kind of industrial vibe. Well, you want to take some dried flowers that add a rustic vibe. They're long lasting. They come in various colors and textures and can be arranged in wreaths, garlands, or minimalist bouquets, which are my favorite. Now, artificial flowers are the creme de la creme. Why? Because they're practical. They're low maintenance decor, and they come in a wide variety and range of styles and colors. But the secret is look for high quality faux flowers that mimic real ones for a natural look. Floral design brings flair not only to important focal points like centerpieces, for example, where they can make your table stunning. And the table could be a dining room table, a coffee table, or a console. There's also an opportunity to use a floral design as wall decor. Hang floral garlands, wreaths, or framed botanical prints to add a touch of nature to your walls. Accents. So incorporate floral patterns into pillows, throws, rugs, or wallpaper for a subtle touch. Okay, now I want to talk to you about florists who have amazing skills in design. Texture and colors that are chosen to support people like the White House, presidential funerals, and important state events. They are the people, the creme de la creme of the floral industry. They decorate, they make the event seem so stately and so elegant. Today we're going to focus on one of those florists and talk about how I utilize their talents and their skills to make my personal space come to life. Make it feel comfortable and make it feel beautiful. Join me as we take an adventure. I know what many of you are thinking. I feel like this roasted chicken here, dripping, sweating hot. I just panic at the thought of trying to decorate. Well, today we'll show you how. My husband also enjoys it, and he's such a patient man. Awesome.
To bring that through the middle of the bouquet.
So Pam is here setting up for our historic home tour. And she has done a magnificent job. Look at these flowers. This is for our dining room table centerpiece. Pam, you've outdone yourself. And I can't wait till you get the peacocks on there. And look at these beautiful peacock feathers she has put in here. We have white roses, red berries, lots of evergreens. Oh yes, and our favorite thistles from our wedding are in here. David will love that. And now
I knew he would.
the peacocks are going in. So our theme this year is all peacocks, all Victorian. I know a lot of you like strictly Hallmark, but we like to color it up more. We like more reds, greens, golds, and those royal colors. Look at these royal colors. Can you believe this? Gold, blue, purple. I love these white roses. They will go excellent with our Limoges china. Pam, you have such an eye for these things.
Thank you. These are Playa Blanca roses. They're my favorite.
They are beautiful.
A beautiful way of opening.
And they are so scrumptious. They look like is this the kind that is used for a lot of weddings?
I'm sorry?
Is this the kind of rose used for a lot of weddings?
We do.
Yes.
We use these in weddings, and we have them on the regular basis in our shop as well.
Excellent.
So that's our favorite.
Well, I know when the guests come in to see this house, they're going to just freak out. So this is how the table looks, set with fine Limoges china and the beautiful centerpiece with all the roses. Now let's go to the staircase before the floral design is applied and see the difference that these flowers can make for any home. I hope you'll like my design. Now this starts at the floor and it goes all the way up. So Pam has done a magnificent job of blending all this together. She did the peacock tree. And how many people have a peacock roosting on top of their tree? Not very many, right?
Not anybody else. This is your original thing, Deborah.
But Pam, look at these. Talk about this, how you made these cones.
These cones we made with paper mache and covered them with some mesh and some vines and some wire and wrapped it around, and then we filled it with foam and made a design in there with holiday flowers, permanent holiday flowers, and some ribbons.
So my plan is to use this all year round for my guests that come to the house. And as you can see, this goes all the way up the staircase. For those of you who always wanted to brighten up your hallway, entryway, staircases, this will do it. And then at the top, we have like a great big peacock nesting in bows. Pam, you outdid yourself on this one.
It was a labor of love.
I believe it. The finished wonderful garland on the front staircase adds color, texture, and it blends in really well with the stained glass window. Above all of this, you will see that we have a floral painting, which is huge. And then on the inside of the door coming in, we have bay leaf in a wreath. So it adds for the cooking, doesn't get dirty from being outside, but we can also adorn the house that way, and it's very simplistic, and it also adds sort of a little rustic English Tudor revival touch. One other cool place that you can decorate if you have an interior balcony like we have, with this beautiful backdrop of under the sea theme, is to decorate with flowers on a garland or greenery, and then add a little flair like this peacock. I think it adds beauty and elegance. We've got a peacock hanging over there. And we got some pine cones and shrub like you would see along a seacoast. One of the things I love to do, and it's very cost effective, is I like to do dried flowers. So the big table arrangement that we had for the dining room for the event, all of these roses were hung upside down and dried for a week. As you can see, they dried straight, and they have been in the vase ever since. I chose to put them in a clear Waterford crystal vase on this, well, mostly high Victorian dusk, with a little stained glass lamp. And it adds color and interest to the room, and you don't have to take care of it. It's great. Do you have some leftover beautiful pieces but you just don't know what to do with them? Well, I had these butterflies that were on one of our Christmas trees, and then had these beautiful green hydrangeas. So I took and found an interesting vase, which has the peacock theme that we're going for here. And I put that all together, and it just adds a nice touch to the room of this Victorian chest. And it kind of complements everything else in the room for color and texture, and it just makes it feel brighter. November 30th of 2018, George H.W. Bush passed away. And the Union Pacific Railroad, which is headquartered out of Omaha, has a Union Pacific Heritage Fleet, which they sent down to Texas for the funeral. Pam and Wayne made all the fresh flower arrangements for the cars that would carry the Bush family. It was all done in a very short amount of time before the fleet left Council Bluffs to go to Texas. The pieces are elegant, warm, and reflect the masculine colors of the train. Orchids, pincushion protease, hypericum berries, safari sunset, leucodendron, agonis, and greenery comprise these beautiful centerpieces. Now I'm going to share how we use floral design for our wedding at the Walter Scott Aquarium in Omaha, Nebraska. Life at the beach is a real thing, and that was our theme. Under the sea, we got married at the Scott Aquarium, and every aspect of the wedding played around that. We had bagpipers to add to the theme of the nation of Scotland and being on the water. The dresses, the jewelry, everything screamed under the sea. Here you can see my wedding bouquet, which is housed in a nautilus shell. And you can see the dresses in the wedding party all echoed mermaid kind of attire. I wore a mermaid wedding dress, and all of the people who were in the wedding wore blue or white or silver. You can see we got married right in front of a large aquarium, fish swimming all around it. There's David in his kilt. And look at the beautiful fish swimming all around the wedding party. It was truly magical, and the moment of becoming Mr. and Mrs. was truly a dream come true. All of the guests celebrated. I threw a wedding bouquet, but you can see the florist made something that was easily throwable.
I'm very protective of my mom, and I love her so much. And I'm happy to see, David, that you love my mom just as much, and you're strong, and that's what she needs, someone by her side who's very strong and loving. So I'm happy to have you a part of my family and be a part of your family, and it's been an amazing opportunity to come together.
Thank you.
Love you both.
I love you.
Everything at the wedding, including lighting the candle, the boutonnieres, the wedding bouquet, and all the jewelry that you see in the wedding party, were all designed by my florist. And look at the beautiful orchids on these necklaces. These are all fresh cut flowers, flown in and delivered for the wedding for that day, all adding to Under the Beach theme. Even our dog, Elsa, had a beautifully adorned necklace that she wore that says, "My humans are getting married." I had a lot of people inquiring about my wedding bouquet. As you can see, it is a nautilus shell, and that's one of the most prehistoric, I guess, according to some of the reports I've read, prehistoric creatures in the ocean, and they were like some of the first octopus, I guess.
Anyway, they're nocturnal. We had a evening wedding, so I thought that'd be perfect since our theme was under the sea, and it was a fantasy wedding. And I had a fantasy mermaid hairdo. So this bouquet that was done by Corums here in Council Bluffs was supposed to mirror everything that you could find around the sea. So we have a long entwined gnarled twig there. We have some sea thistles, we have orchids, and we have just some, fantasy pieces like this to represent bubbles or swirls in the water. If you've got a fantasy themed party coming up, a wedding, a Christmas beach theme, why don't you try using some of your seashells you've collected over the years? Make something lovely out of it.
Now let's say goodbye to the ocean and hello Palm Springs Desert. We love Palm Springs. My co-host and I both love fresh cut flowers. This is bougainvillea, which grows so beautifully there in the desert. And you can see all the palm trees against the backdrop of the beautiful mountains. The cactuses and everything there add to the landscape and the lush appeal of the flora and fauna in the area to make it truly like a garden on earth. And if you haven't been there, I hope you check it out.
I think fresh cut flowers are really essential to any space that you're decorating. They only serve to really enhance the room, and they elevate really any space that they're in. There is many different kinds of flowers and shapes as there are styles of decorating. And the fragrance that they give, the pops of color, really just serve to enhance the space and make any space that they're in more beautiful. They bring a little bit of the outside in and just complete the whole look of your space. In Palm Springs, the thing I love, especially in the Vista Las Palmas neighborhood, which is where a lot of celebrities lived in the 1950s and 60s, like Rock Hudson or Kim Novak. The thing that I love is that people design their spaces from the front door to the curb. They use intricate gates and flower placement, and each aspect just seems to enhance the other. It's beautiful. I mean, the hummingbirds and palm trees are really just as common as robins and maple trees are in the Midwest. As the day heats up in Palm Springs, you can smell the citrus trees, the oranges, the grapefruit trees, the lemon trees, and the fragrance is just out of this world. It's incredible. It's just another kind of paradise to me.
So now let's look at what flowers you might be able to grow in your garden to have a fresh cut flower garden. There's roses, sunflowers, which are personal favorites, lilies, daylilies come in all kinds of colors, cosmos, mums, and look at these beautiful colors. They just are magical. They have a new green zinnia out that I'm crazy over. These beautiful Casablanca lilies had so much fragrance. These beautiful botanical thistles. These candy lilies are fun and good for color, and so are the new strains of all the zinnias that are out right now. Try some, you'll enjoy it. Waylon and I are leaving you in Palm Springs, and we wanted to share this beautiful hummingbird. He is really a meticulous guy for his grooming. I think he's got dandruff. Thank you for watching this episode of the Rebel Podcast with Waylon and I. I hope you enjoy, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to share. Go and glow.